The hidden danger in a simple task. Hey buddy, topping up coolant seems easy, right? Just pour and go. But here's the thing. One small mistake can lead to overheating, leaks, or even engine failure. Studies show that 70% of engine breakdowns are linked to cooling system problems. Solution: let's learn the right way to handle coolant safely. Tip: always check coolant levels before a long trip. Next, we'll talk about the first big mistake most people make without realizing. Segment 2. Mistake. 1. Mixing different coolant types. Many drivers mix coolants thinking it's all the same color. Big mistake. Mixing incompatible coolants causes chemical reactions that form sludge inside your radiator. Experts from AutoZone confirm that this reduces cooling efficiency fast. Solution: always refill with the same coolant type or flush before switching. Tip: keep a record of your coolant brand and color. Next up, mistake number 2 is something almost everyone has done without realizing. Segment 3. Mistake 2. Overfilling the expansion tank. Bro, pouring coolant above the max line doesn't mean extra protection. When the engine heats up, that extra coolant expands and spills out, or worse, bursts seals. Science shows coolant expands about 4% when hot. Solution: always fill only between MIN and max marks. Tip: check levels when the engine is cold. Next, we'll talk about a habit that quietly kills your engine over time. Segment 4. Mistake. 3. Adding coolant to a hot engine. Opening a hot radiator cap is dangerous. Pressure inside can cause burns or explosion. Experts at Car and Driver warn that coolant under pressure can spray over 100 degrees C. Solution: wait at least 30 minutes after driving before refilling. Tip: use gloves and open caps slowly. Next segment, we'll pause to refresh your mindset about safe maintenance. Segment 5. Motivation. Break. Respect the basics. Buddy, even small things like topping coolant matter. Smart drivers respect the basics because they protect their engines and their wallets. Take pride in knowing how your car works. Next, let's discuss why coolant isn't just colored water. Segment 6. What coolant really does. Coolant does more than control temperature. It prevents corrosion, lubricates water pumps, and resists freezing. Science shows a 50-50 mix of antifreeze and distilled water offers best protection. Solution: always mix properly if you're using concentrate. Tip: never use tap water. Minerals cause buildup. Next, let's see how to spot coolant problems early. Segment 7. Signs of coolant trouble. A sweet smell, white smoke, or low level every few days are warning signs. Experts say this often means leaks or head gasket issues. Solution: inspect hoses and radiator for stains or crusty buildup. Tip: use a UV dye leak tester for accuracy. Next, let's talk about why cheap coolant isn't always a good idea. Segment 8. The risk of cheap coolant. Cheap brands often skip essential additives that prevent rust and scale. Tests by 8AA show premium coolants last twice as long. Solution: always choose OEM or certified brands. Tip: avoid any coolant that doesn't list specifications on the label. Next, let's recharge your motivation. Segment 9. Motivation. Break. Be the driver who cares. You're not just maintaining a car. You're protecting something you worked hard for. Every good habit you build keeps your car reliable for years. Stay curious. Stay careful. Next, let's fix one of the most ignored habits: topping up too often. Segment 10. Topping. Too often without checking leaks. If your coolant keeps dropping, don't just keep refilling. You might have a hidden leak. Experts say a healthy cooling system should maintain its level for months. Solution: pressure test your system or visit a mechanic. Tip: check under the car after parking overnight. Next, we'll cover air bubbles, the silent enemy of cooling systems. Segment 11. Air pockets. After refilling, trapped air prevents coolant from circulating properly, causing hot spots in your engine. Mechanics recommend burping your system after refilling. Solution: run the engine with the heater on and cap open until bubbles stop. Tip: tilt the car slightly to help air escape. Next, let's discuss what happens when you ignore coolant entirely. Segment 12. Driving without coolant. Running low on coolant can overheat your engine in minutes. Research shows aluminum engines can warp at just 110 degrees Celsius. Solution: never drive more than a few minutes once the temperature warning lights up. Tip: keep a spare bottle in your trunk. Now, let's refresh your mindset again. Segment 13. Motivation. Break. Knowledge saves money. Every piece of knowledge you gain today prevents costly repairs tomorrow. Being careful doesn't make you weak. It makes you wise. Next, let's talk about how to safely store coolant. Segment 14. Safe storage of coolant. Coolant contains toxic ethylene glycol. It's dangerous to pets and children. Solution: store it in sealed containers, away from sunlight and reach of kids. Tip: label old and new coolant separately. Next, let's learn about flushing your system the right way. Segment 15. When to flush your coolant. Old coolant loses its protection after 2 to 3 years. Experts at Valvoline recommend flushing every 40,000 to 60,000 kilometers. Solution: use a flush kit or visit a professional. Tip: dispose of old coolant safely. Never pour it on the ground. Next, we'll discuss temperature sensors and why they matter. Segment 16. Don't ignore temperature sensors. If your gauge rises or stays cold too long, it could be a faulty sensor. This can mislead you into thinking coolant levels are fine. Solution: replace sensors every few years or as needed. Tip: scan your OBD system for codes before guessing. Next, let's talk about your radiator cap, a small but mighty part. Segment 17. Radiator cap problems. A weak cap can't hold pressure, causing coolant to boil early. Experts explain pressure keeps the coolant from evaporating too soon. Solution: replace your cap every few years. Tip: always choose the correct pressure rating for your car. Next, motivation time again. Segment 18. Motivation. Break. Patience is power. Maintenance takes time, but patience pays off. Every careful refill, every clean check. That's what separates good drivers from great ones. Next, we'll sum up the 3 big mistakes once more. Segment 19. The big 3 mistakes. Recap. Let's recap, buddy. Mixing different coolants, overfilling the tank, refilling on a hot engine. Avoid these, and you'll keep your car running cool and smooth. Tip: schedule a quick cooling system check every 6 months. Now let's close this with a reminder. Segment 20, final words, plus CTA. Alright buddy, now you know the 3 biggest mistakes people make when refilling coolant, and how to do it safely. Treat your car with respect, and it'll treat you with reliability. If this video helped you, like, share, and comment your experience below. And remember, consult a professional if you have any special conditions or health concerns while working with chemicals. Stay safe, stay smart, and keep your engine cool.